Retell AI is one of the best AI voice platforms we have right now. And that's why today I'm gonna bring a guide on how to create Retell AI cold calling campaigns so that you can send AI calls consistently every day through months and weeks. So without further ado, let's go to the guide on how to send these plus 50 calls or more a day with Retell AI. So guys, here we are in Retell AI ready to start these AI cold calling campaigns inside Retell AI or AI outbound agents, how you wanna call it, doesn't matter. So what we are gonna do first is log in. You have to get your account with Google and normal, and let's go inside. Okay, so once we are inside Retell AI, you have probably here some free trial if you have started right now your account. We're gonna click here on create an agent. And for outbound agents, what works best in my experience is single prompt agent. Multi-prompt agent also works good if you want to have different scenarios, but I think that as these calls are different and have a different type, it's not so you receive it and it's gonna follow a clear pattern that outbound calls can really be a bit messy, cannot be the same, it's not gonna be almost the same anytime. We're gonna go with a single prompt agent. Okay, so we're gonna start from blank. And once we are inside, we are gonna do some changes. Okay, so first of all, you have to know some advantages that Retell AI has. First of all, we can test the audio on our agent here inside the own, let's say, dashboard of Retell. We can also test it even with chat, not with voice, so that with chat we don't have to burn the tokens, the free tokens that we have. Then we are gonna choose 4 mini. Why? Because 4 mini works really good and the token usage and the cost is not so high. As you can see here is the one with lowest with 4.1 nano, which is a bit worse. So let's go with 4 mini. That is gonna work well. We're gonna go with English, and here inside the voice you can select whatever you want. I usually prefer a female, which works better with this type of agent. So let's go with Dorothy, for example. Okay, perfect. So now what we have to do is go here to this wheel and we can take a look to this part where we can choose the voice model from 11 Labs. Now, right now it's 11 Labs Turbo V2. It's also really good V2 5.5. It's actually better. And here we have the voice speed. We can make it be a bit faster or a bit slower. Maybe we can put the voice temperature to be more calm or more emotional, depending on what you want. For example, let's put it to be a bit more calm. Let's go down, and the voice volume I prefer it to be a bit higher. Sorry. So we want to save it. This is a really good advantage also that has Retell, that gives you the possibility of changing here the things in a really easy way. So next thing, we have here the functions that we will be updating later. The knowledge base, which I'm not gonna use it right now. It's not usually really necessary in my projects, but it can be necessary actually. And if not, we can build an agent inside n810, which is gonna go inside and check all the documents and everything. So usually the knowledge base from Retell is not really used by my team. The speed settings, this is a good one. Usually in my experience, most clients prefer to put a coffee shop and a background sound so that it feels more realistic. Responsiveness, it's how fast the agent responds. We could make it a bit slower to make it more realistic, 0.99, because if not, it's gonna be really slow. Trust me, I have tested it. Enable backselling. This is actually really good because this makes the agent to use human expressions like yeah, or something like that. So we're gonna activate it. Perfect. Transcription mode, optimize for speed. I actually think that it's gonna probably go with optimize for accuracy. It doesn't matter. I mean, we can leave it for speed, but if you guys are building a project, go with for accuracy because it's gonna do it much better. The noisy mode, no, it doesn't necessary. So enable speech normalization. This actually is really valuable. Again, I'm not gonna add it because I'm doing a test and my latency will go really high. But if you are building a project, guys, it's really important to activate this because numbers, currency, and dates will be spoken in a natural and human way. So instead of saying 25, 10, 2025, it's gonna say 25 of October of 2025. You know. Okay, so this is gonna be good. I'm gonna close this part of speech settings. Now we can go to the call settings. Voicemail detection will actually do it. If you're doing this way, call calling campaigns is actually really good. And I usually do it to hang up directly. I don't usually leave a message because in my experience it doesn't work really good. So we are not gonna use in this case the keypad user input detection. Then the end call on silence 10 minutes is actually wild. I don't know why Retell leaves this in standard. It's gonna be for me 3 minutes. I mean, if someone leaves you 3 minutes without talking, that's gonna be money that you are spending on the call, and we don't want that. So even I'm gonna leave it lower in 2. The max call duration, it's not necessarily 1 hour. I mean, most of the times these AI calls are really short, so I'm gonna leave it in 10 minutes. I mean, we are not gonna need anything more. It's just 4 or 5 questions. Pause before speaking, I'm gonna leave it even in 0.5 seconds, in my opinion. 0.4 is okay. It's gonna work well because it's not, most people don't hear most of the time the first message because they have to put it in on their ear and something like that. So that's why put it a bit of pause before speaking, and it's actually gonna be really good. Perfect. Post-call analysis is something that is really good, but we're gonna add it even if we add it later. Right now we are not gonna do it, but if we do it, we will be doing it later. It's not 100% sure because I don't usually use it. And security and fallback settings, here I'm not gonna do anything more. The default dynamic variables will be added later inside the scenario. And here webhook settings, everything is okay on my side right now because we are gonna be adding it. Okay, so after writing the prompt, I'm gonna paste it here. There you go. In which we're also gonna enable the define begin message. There you go. I'm gonna also put it here. Anyways, you will have this prompt in the description to copy it so that you can adapt it to your needs basing you on this one. And then we have to go here to functions, and we're gonna start adding them. By the way, we're gonna see these name underscore client or these variables that we're gonna try to do and use them as dynamic variables so that they are gonna change the call coming more personalized. That's the key thing here, guys. Okay, so let's go and let's go here on function. A really useful thing that has Retell is the call.com thing, as I said. Call transfer is also really valuable. A lot of clients are actually interested in the call transfer, but we are not going to do that today. What we are going to go is to check calendar availability. So what do we have to go now? We have to go now to call.com. So just come here and search in Google call.com. It's just almost the same as Calendly. It's right now in Spanish for me, but it's the same as Calendly. It works really good. So you just have to come here into the app and go inside, create an event. And what does it ask here? You will ask, well, it asks for your API key and for the event type ID. Where can you take your event type ID? Because once you create an event and everything, a discovery call or whatever you want, where can you take it? Which can be confusing, but you just have to come here. Once you get inside the event, you just have to copy the number that you have here. So I'm gonna take this one, and you see it here between this line and the interrogation mark. So what we're gonna do, as I said, is get this number that we have here between this line and the interrogation mark, and I'm gonna again add the check calendar availability, and that is gonna be the event type ID. Here I'm gonna include my time zone, that is Europe, Madrid. It's basically the continent with your TD after. And now if you want to add your API key, what you have to do is go to the wheel you have here and go to API keys inside here. So once there, we hit save. What we're gonna do is do the same. We're gonna click here, book on the calendar. I'm gonna include the same type ID we had going inside here. I'm gonna include it. There you go. I'm gonna put again my time zone. And here you have to include your API key. This one is for book appointments, and the previous one was to check your availability inside your calendar. So now let's gonna see how to send calls directly. So we can use make and then A10. In this case, I'm gonna show you how to send calls in both cases. What are we gonna do first? We have to create a Google Sheets with 3 columns: phone number, name client, and call send. Why name client like this? Because it's the variable that we had down here, as you can see, name client. So that later Retell can understand it. The phone number of your leads. So just create a simple Google Sheets as I did, and you can continue. So now what we're gonna do is go into make.com, and I'm gonna log in, and you guys create your account or log in with your account. Okay, here we are. I also added this column of call send, By the way, I have to explain it so you guys understand it. It's gonna be filled up with this call sent. Once the call is sent, and we're gonna do that with make.com. Okay, so we are gonna create here a scenario, and we are gonna go with Google Sheets search rows. We're gonna put the limit of 1. We're gonna go with the spreadsheet we just created. Here you go. We are gonna go with the only sheet we have. And here we have to add the filter. That's why we wanted this column of call sent, and we wanted not to exist. Why? Because if it doesn't exist, it means that this number hasn't been sent a call. Perfect. So we're gonna save it. Here inside the wheel, we can let the Google Sheets know what time the scenario has to be run. In this case, it's set every 15 minutes, but inside advanced scheduling, we can set the days, the time from, and the months. So it's really useful, this part. And then we are gonna go to Retell. What is the advantage that Make has with NA10? That it has a Retell module, so it's much easier to send a call. We just have to go into Retell AI module and go into create a phone call. That's all. You have to go create your Retell AI connections by just adding your API key, which you will find once you go outside. In this part, as you can see, API keys, you go there and get yours. What we have to do now is put here from number. This is the number that you have configured inside your Retell AI account. It's easy, just copy that one. Then we have to go to number, which in this case I'm gonna put the phone number. By the way, as I am not able to add here the country code, I'm gonna add just a plus here, so that the country code works well, and it's not like 1 or in the United States or 34 here in Spain, that it's +1 and +34. Retell AI Dynamics Variables, we're going to include name client underscore client, and we're going to put as value the name client that we got from the Google Sheets. And again, the override agent ID, we have to go back to our agent. Here we are. You just have to click here and copy the ID below the name. Click there, it's copied, and bring it there. Perfect. So now, as I said, just include your phone number that you have included. You have several guides. It can be from Twilio, or even you can buy a simple phone number directly from Retell. That is what I recommend you. It's easier because I have gone through the processes of adding with Twilio and Bonus, and it's a mess. So if you come here to phone numbers and click on create a phone number, you can just buy a new one. Or, I mean, if you want, you have already a Twilio one, just use a guide on how to do it. And that's all. Basically, you have it inside my video of Retell AI guide. The final step will be to come to Google Sheets again and update arrow. We're gonna precisely include the call sent part that we wanted to include to know that the call hasn't been sent actually, or has been sent. So we're gonna include the same sheet name, and we're gonna put here phone number. We click here and go to phone number, and inside call sent, we are just gonna write here call sent. There you go. So we are gonna just save it, and there you go. Here's how we could send actually calls within make.com and Retell. It's just as easy as this with 3 modules, not more. And by the way, you in both cases, NA10 or Make, you are gonna have to go back to Retell, and here you have to go to your own phone number you have included and put here the outbound call agent, the agent you have just created, because if not, it's not gonna work. With that said, we can actually do a test. So I have included here my number, and I'm ready to call. I'm just gonna click on run once, and you're gonna see how I receive the phone call. Yeah, there you go. So I'm receiving it. I could just take it out. I have not activated the sound, but there you go. So perfect. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna go to NA10 to show how you can send it with NA10, so that you guys can choose which of the softwares to use. So I'm just gonna sign in. Once inside my workflow and my workspace, we're gonna create a workflow, and we're gonna come here. So what's the problem? That NA10 does not have this advantage of Make that just has here like this wheel, and we can configure the schedule setting. No. We have to here trigger on a schedule to do it that way. So here you can trigger it whenever you want, on days, hours, minutes, seconds. Doesn't matter if we're just gonna be testing, but you can configure it there. And now it's the moment to go back and search for a Google Sheets. There you go. We're gonna click on Get Rush. So first of all, you have to connect your Google account. If you want to know just how to do it, you just have to sign in here with Google, and that's all. And we have to select our document. I'm gonna select the same one I was using. with the first page. I'm gonna add a filter in which precisely we're gonna do the same. Go to call send, and we want to do and to be as same as this value, which is blank. So we want to get the rows in which call send is blank. Okay, so nextly I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna show you guys how to send now the call with n8n, because as you can see, we don't have actually a module from Retell AI as with make. So we are gonna have to go with an HTTP module. HTTP request, there you go. I'm gonna select this method as post, and now we have to search in Google Retell API docs. I have it already here, API docs. Once we go inside introduction, we have to come here into API reference, and we're gonna go with this one, rate phone call. I'm just gonna copy this, click here, and you will copy this, which you will have to put inside the URL. Perfect, there you go. I'm gonna paste it. Then we have to send headers. Click here to send headers, and we are gonna have to include these ones. Authorization is gonna be better down here, and here you have to include, guys, your API key from Retell AI, as same as you did before if you wanted to connect the make.com account. Well, here you can do it within n8n by including here your API key after bearer. Then we're gonna add another parameter, which is gonna be the content type. This one, you can copy it from here, paste it here, and we are gonna copy this part, application JSON. There you go, and we're gonna include it here. Perfect. So now we're gonna send a body. Click here, we're gonna choose raw, and we're gonna put again this part, application JSON. You can copy and paste it again here. Oh yeah, inside body we're gonna have to paste this part, like this. You can copy it and take an image and pass it to ChatGPT to tell him to generate by text. I will try to include it anyways in the description so that you guys can copy it. So how is it done? We have to include here the agent ID, which again we have to go back to Retell AI, our agent, and copy here the agent ID, bring it back to n8n and paste it here. I've included inside the Retell LLM Dynamic Variables already the name underscore client. Direction is important to be outbound, and here what we have to include the things from Google Sheets. So I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna actually click here on run. So once we have received the data, what we are gonna do is use it. So we have to get the phone number and stick it here inside to phone number. As you can see, I don't have the plus again, so I'm gonna just put the plus here. Okay, so inside name client, I'm gonna get this and bring it here. Perfect. So we have to include here the phone number, which is again the one with which you are gonna send the calls. So as well as you did before with the make.com module, just include here your phone number from Retell AI. So with this done, you guys include your API key, and I'm gonna go out. So now you should test it to then continue with the last module of Google Sheets. So I'm just gonna click here on run to run it. And as you can see, it has been run. That's perfect, because now we can continue. So here we're gonna include another Google Sheets module, which is gonna be an update arrow. Once here, what I'm gonna do is click on Retell video. Again, our document, I'm gonna select the only sheet I have, and what we have to go is column to match on, and we're gonna use the row number because it's the most exact part. So I'm gonna take this one and bring it here. There you go. And inside call send, we just have to write call send, as well as we did already with make.com. So we are just gonna take it out, and now it's the moment to do the test and see if we receive actually the call. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna place here my number. There you go, and I'm gonna just test it. We're gonna click on test workflow. There you go, and there you go. Perfect. So now, as you can see, I'm receiving already the call. That's what we wanted. Here you can see it. And we are gonna actually see here that the call send has been included as we wanted, so we don't have to include manually, and we don't have to call him again. Inside here, webhook settings, we're gonna go to agent level webhook URL. Why? Because from there we are gonna get all the info that we want to receive the events, like the transcript and everything. So now we're gonna go to n8n. I'm gonna save this scenario up here. Click there on save. I'm gonna go back to personal, and I'm gonna click here on webhook. There you go. I'm just gonna change the method to post, and if you click here, you will copy it directly. So we are gonna go here, agent level webhook URL. There you go, and that's all. So from now on, we can start creating. So how are we gonna test it? We just have to, for example, click here, and we can send us ourselves. I'm gonna open a new tab and do it from any 10. It's really easy. Just going here. I'm gonna delete the part of call send, and you will see how I test the workflow. There you go, and as you can see, I got already the item. So what's gonna be next? So just trust me, guys. In this one, I mean, you can do it by testing, but you have to go now to a filter, okay? Filter, and we are gonna go to the event with which this started. I'm gonna find it. So if you go down a bit, we're gonna find inside body call underscore ended. We have to go that, and we don't want actually this to be it's equal. So we want it to be that is not equal to. So we're gonna be it's not equal to call underscore started, because the information we will be receiving that is good and that is valuable, that is the transcript and everything, is gonna be by the call ended. So with this set, we're gonna go out, and now I'm gonna send me again a call by taking this out, clicking here on test workflow. I'm gonna send me a call, so I'm just gonna close it, and I'm gonna click here on test workflow. It's gonna be careful to actually run the webhook before you end the call, guys, because if not, you're not gonna get information. I'm gonna send it to me again. So we are just gonna get, there you go. So once we click here, as you can see, and we start the call, it's gonna be triggered. Trigger it again. There you go. The call is being called. Hey there. I'm gonna end it, and there you go. We got the information of call ended. That's exactly what we wanted. So now we're gonna go to Google Sheets, and we're gonna go to add a row, append a row in the sheet, because what we are gonna do now is come here and we're gonna include another page which is gonna be call ended with all the transcripts, you know. So I'm just gonna include here the phone number. I'm gonna include here the name of client, and I'm gonna include here also the transcript, which is the most important one thing. I mean, we could also include here the recording URL, which is a thing that has Retell that is really valuable. So with this set, what we're gonna do is come back into N8N, our workflow. I'm gonna include again my document, and I'm gonna select the second one, the call ended. There you go, and here we can append a new row. That's what we wanted. So we're gonna be including everything that we need. So from body, we can go down, and we're gonna get this named client. We're gonna add it inside name of the client. Perfect. We're gonna get the transcript and add it in transcript. That's real good. We're gonna continue and go down until we find the recording URL. There you go, recording URL, here we have it. And finally, we should find the numbers to which the call has been sent. Just here in my face below product cost, just add it there. Okay, so with this done, we're already receiving all the transcripts, and it's exactly perfect. Okay, so I just wanna click save, and we are ready to do the final. So guys, we are ready to start and send the test. What we are gonna do is click here on test workflow after I have gotten the call, so that we don't trigger the part of call started and just the part of getting the transcripts. So I'm just gonna go here to test the workflow and send me the call. So again, I'm gonna get the call, and then there you go, and then I'm gonna activate the second workflow.
Am I talking to Diego?
Yeah, that's me.
Perfect. So I am the assistant of the marketing agency Sainz Media. I wanted to ask you if you are using Facebook ads right now.
Yeah, I am actually.
Great. Did you know that Meta has recently changed its system of ads, and what worked before doesn't work anymore?
Oh, I didn't know actually.
Exactly. That is why Sainz Media is on the ball, and we are absolutely updated with everything. We're already getting results with some clients using the new Meta ad system. Would you like to book an appointment with our team to discuss further details?
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
Perfect. Could you tell me an hour and day you would like to have the appointment?
Let's say on Monday at 11 a.m.
Checking availability for Monday at 11 a.m. It looks like Monday at 11 a.m. is available, but only until 11:30 a.m. Would you like to book the appointment for that time?
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
Could you please provide me with your email address and phone number for the appointment?
Yeah, so my email is diego@diego.com, and my phone number is +34 619 267734.
Booking the appointment for Monday at 11 a.m. It seems there was an issue with the phone number format. Let me double check that. Could you please confirm the phone number again?
Yeah,
it should be in the format of a valid international number.
Yeah, so go with 666 666666.
Yeah. Just to clarify, is your phone number +34 6666?
Yeah, that's me. That's mine.
Great. Now I'll go ahead and book the appointment for Monday at 11 a.m. with the updated phone number.
Has it been booked? Sorry.
Just a moment while I book. Booking the appointment for Monday at 11 a.m. The appointment has been successfully booked for Monday at 11 a.m. Looking forward to discussing Facebook ads and the new Meta ad system with you. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. Have a great day, Diego.
I appreciate it. So I've turned the call, and there you go. It's triggering, and I'm getting exactly the information here, guys. There you go. We have the name of the client, phone number here, the name of the client, my name, the transcript, and the recording URL, which we can hear it later. Also, if I go, guys, to my Google Calendar, we can see that an appointment has been booked here between my agency or the call.com account I had, Diego@diego.com, that is the email I said, and it has been sent to those respective emails within call.com. So that's the good part that Retell has with connected with the call.com and sending these emails, which is actually really valuable. So yeah, guys, this has been how to send calls with Make and N10 within Retell and how to receive them also. So basically the Retell AI cold calling campaign. So guys, this has been all for the video. I hope you've enjoyed and you've learned how to build these Retell AI cold calling campaigns within also N10 and Make. So I appreciate if you leave a like and a comment, and if you can book, if you need a call in the description with me. So yeah, again, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.